Hello and welcome, Cambell here from Spiral Up. And today I wanted to talk about the whole manifestation thing, the law of attraction, and why it doesn't work for most people, and how to change that. So let's get into it. Alright, so the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction obviously gained a lot of traction. Oh gosh, what was it? Probably 10 years ago when that book came out. And, everyone jumped on the bandwagon and law of attraction this and law of attraction that. And the whole, people were basically running around trying to manifest all this stuff. And it was very strange because most people didn't actually get what they wanted after all this. It was all this sort of, it's like so much self-help kind of stuff. It's just built on hype. And, sort of once you're on your own and there's no one around hyping you up, everything tends to sort of fall apart because there's no foundation. You're not really, these people aren't really sure what they're doing. They're just built up on the hype of, we just, we can just make whatever we want. We just get whatever we want. We just think it and it appears. Now, that's not true. Obviously, because look around. If that was true, everyone would have what they wanted. So the truth is we do get exactly what we give out. What we give out, we get back. But the universe talks in emotion and energy. Doesn't talk in words. It doesn't know what money is. What it knows is matching frequencies. It knows how to match frequencies. You give out a frequency or an emotion or a thought, they're all frequencies, and it will send you back the same frequency. Because with energy, like attracts like. Like energy goes to like energy, which is different to magnetic energy. That's a different thing. But as far as thought, energy, and frequency, frequencies converge. So when we think a thought, or we'll think a thought, which then gives us a vibration and an emotional response, we send out a frequency, and these frequencies attract similar frequencies. It's like the pendulums that all synchronize. There was the guy who invented the pendulum clock, apparently, had lots of clocks, and when he set them at different swing angles for the pendulums, and they would all sync up. And it's because they're all aligning to the same frequency. It's easier for things to be in the same frequency and moving together than it is to be all, sending out different frequencies that are clashing and crashing, and that nature doesn't like that. Nature likes flow. So that's how we attract things. And this is happening all the time, good or bad. So if you think that only bad things happen to you, then only bad things will happen to you, and that will be true for you. If you think that you can't manifest and only other people can manifest, well, guess what? You can't manifest and other people can. This is, when it's this is why we should stay away from beliefs and really go towards perspective more, because beliefs are unchanging. They can't be changed. So a belief is something like, you need a certain type of food or to live, or you need, religions, all these kind of things. You need to do this or that, or else you'll be damned eternally. They're belief systems, and if they're unchanging, then you can never get a different perspective. You can never grow. But having a perspective or a point of view, that can be changed. You can get more information in, and you can build on that and see more and move forward. So, beware of beliefs. But the thing is, when we, like I said, you will attract whatever you put out. So if you believe that you can't do something, that's just as powerful as believing that you can do something. Okay, the universe, this great spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, does not understand no. It doesn't understand what the negative is. It doesn't understand things like don't, can't. It doesn't understand that. I don't want to be poor, or, I don't want to lose my house, or this sucks, I want to be somewhere else, or, I don't want to feel unwell. These are all negatives that the universe does not understand. Because all it understands is the energies. So if you're saying things in the negative, it's not going to get that picture. For example, a common one is things like need and want. Like if your message is, I need this to, to have my ultimate life. I need it, and I need it on this date. Well, that's negative, because when you say that you need something, what you're saying is you don't have it. It's the same as wanting something. If you want something, you don't have it. It's so if you're sitting down and I say, hey, try and stand up, you can't do that, because once you actually start standing up, then you're doing something. You're not trying, if you know what I mean. So you can't try and stand up. You either stand up or you don't. There is no try. As Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try. And it's true. And so I think I've gone a little bit off track here. But what I want to get at is we are our own worst enemies, but we're also our greatest power. And what holds people back from manifesting what they want, from, using the law of attraction the way that we're told it should work, it's the little voice, it's that voice in your head is what it is. This is why I talk about focus a lot, and about, the statue is not finished when there's nothing more to add. It's finished when there's nothing more to take away. So this is a process of stripping back. It's not a process of adding, okay? Because we have so much crap and so much programming being put on top of us, and that's who we think we are. But that's not who we are. That's a program. That's other people's perspectives and other people's opinions. It's not us. So that's what we need to strip off. Strip off the bullshit. Strip off all these voices that are telling you, no, you can't do that. Oh, you never get what you want. Oh, just look at the past. It didn't work then. Why would it work now? That's all other people. That's not you. That's other people's opinions that have been imprinted on you. And it's no one's fault. It's happened to us all. From the day we were born, it started, basically. So this is what we need to do, is strip away and get rid of that voice. Because if you believe you're focused on something, and you're, yes, this is what I want, this is what I want, and you can see it in your head and you can feel the emotion in that. If you have like a niggle in your mind that's saying, oh, but you won't get it won't really work, it never does, that's your problem. You will never get there if you have that voice. This is what needs to be extradited, given its marching orders. You need to take control and understand that voice is not you. So do not listen to it. It doesn't have power over you unless you give it the power. It's like everything. What we focus on grows. And this is what happens. People get built up, and they get all in the emotion and all, excited, and they run around and, oh, I can do everything. Oh, I'm going to manifest this. Oh, it's going to be amazing. And 3 months later, they're probably worse off than they were, before they went to the event or read the book or whatever they did, because nothing's happened. And that is the second point, is time factor. In the greater picture, see where we are, there is lineal time down in this 5 sense reality, but in the bigger picture, there is no time. So, the greater force, the great spirit, the universe doesn't understand time. So you can't say, they used to teach this a lot in goal setting back, in the 70s, 80s. It was always write down your goals and write down the date that you're going to get it. That's bad advice. I'm sorry. And that was taught by pretty much all these people running around selling their courses. Write down the date, what you're going to have. Now, the problem with that is, one, the universe doesn't understand time. It has no concept of it. So putting a time frame on, what you're doing is you're then working in the physical world. You've then crossed over, you're working in the 5 sense, 3D reality of pushing physical things around to get what you want. When you go above that to the higher realms, to the energy realms, and you work and manifest from there, then what's in the physical world doesn't matter, because it's below the spiritual world, but two, the spiritual world creates, the physical world. So you're moving a step above. So this writing things down, I'm going to have this by this date. First of all, if you don't hit that date, you're going to go, oh my God, I'm wrong. Nothing ever works. See, I can't do this. Oh my God. And all that's going to do is make that voice in your head louder that's telling you you can't do it. Stay away from time frames. What you want to do is focus on having it now. Everything now. Everything now. It's now. And you've just got to focus on it and understand that, it takes a little while for the universe to buffer, It's like the internet back in the 90s. You have to sit there and wait. We have to become the people that deserve what we ask for. Okay, so we can be putting out all this intention and on the right level on that. And it will be coming back to us. But the thing is, we only know what we know. We've only got our perspective. We've only got the experiences we've had. So if there's information coming back that we can't interpret because we need to grow and learn something, then that's what's going to come back. Okay, so this is why people, and you hear it all the time, people ask, and they work on building this amazing life, and they hit struggle all the time, pretty much straight away. They hit obstacles, and this is another thing that's what shuts a lot of people down. Oh, I started this and everything's going wrong. Look, that's just the universe making sure that you really want what you want. It's like, are you serious? Yes, I am serious. Okay, we'll deal with this. Oh, that's too big. Well, then you're not serious. You don't get it. You don't get what you asked for. You've got to walk the path and become the person that deserves it. You've got to become the frequency that matches it, which is really what I guess is becoming the person that deserves it. You've got to build up and match that frequency, because if you've got a big dream and what you're putting out is higher than your perspective of where you are at that point in time, clearly you have to grow to match that frequency, to become the person that can live the life, do the things that you want to do. You can't not change and have change. There's a quote from Jim Rohn, and it says, for things to change, things have to change. And it's that simple. If you think you can stay the same and nothing will change, in your physical world and experience, but suddenly all this money or whatever will be there, then again, you're kidding yourself. You're not becoming the person that deserves what you're asking for. With great power comes great responsibility, right? And we know what's going on, and most of the people who have all the, the corporate wealth, shall we say, we know that hasn't been earned. Most of it's been stolen and embezzled and all this other stuff. But people who really do things, who really create, who really leave a mark, they deserve it. They put the energy in to become the person they need to be to have the life they want to live. And that's what we really need to do, is work on us. Work on becoming the person who deserves the life that we want. And of course, when you do that, this voice will pop up. You can't do that. You're not good enough. You tried this last time. You failed. You'll probably fail again. That's only for other people. Blah, 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 blah. That's a program. As I said, that they are not even your thoughts. They are opinions given to you by people around you. Yes, some family, some peers, some completely random people, some people that you don't like, that you wouldn't even want to be in a room with. Some of those people's ideas are still, and opinions are living in your head. Get rid of them. Don't listen to that voice. That voice is there to, you see, the thing is, there's a reason that voice is there, because if you are in a position of fight or flight, that voice will point things out to you, to be aware of. And that's really all it's for. But somehow we've given it power, and we listen to it all the time. And this is the thing, which really what that means is everyone's living in fear. If that voice is popping up, you're in fear mode. You're not in a mode of expansiveness and wonder and wow, I can do anything I want, and this is, the playground, and it's here for experience. It's a very different place to be. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like this whole, law of attraction, it does work, but they don't. All these courses and all these books, they don't get down to the facts, to the real nitty gritty, and there's not a lot to it. They go into all this, yes, manifest, a shopping trolley without a wonky wheel. Look, who cares if you get? You need to focus on real things. You need to do it properly, and the main things is to kill that voice. And you do that by ignoring it. Every time it pops up, just tell it, you're not. I know you're false. I know you're a program. I know that you're not real. Go away. Every time. And and of course, this is a thing of, you'll have to start to recognize it, then you'll catch it after it's happened. But as long as you're recognizing it, you'll get to the point where it pops up and you stop it before it takes over your thought patterns. And when you're there, then you'll focus. Then you can focus on what you want, because it's like I said, when you focus on something, but you have this other voice in your head, it's pointing you over there and you're trying to focus here, you're not focused. That's the problem. That's the main problem with manifesting and law of attraction, is you have to be focused. And another thing is opinions, other people's opinions. You're going to get it. I mean, if you're listening to this channel, then you probably, are used to other people, thinking you're a bit strange and weird with your opinions. But this is the thing. People are always going to try and cut you down, because what people do is they will tell you where they are and what they can do. Because how could they possibly know what you can do? There's no way. And if they actually believe that, then they're a bit insane, I've got to say. Because only you know what you've been through, what experiences you've been through, and so through all that is how you see the world and perceive it. And that's unique to you. No one else has that. So no one can tell you if you're going to succeed or fail or anything about yourself. No one. And with advice should be given, it shouldn't be final and definite. Do this, here's your 10-part course, do this, and you'll be here. Everyone's different. It should just be, here's some information, take from it what makes sense to you and apply that. Whatever doesn't, gel, whatever doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. Just leave it. Just follow what makes sense to you. And this way you will hit your own truth instead of someone else's. Because people just love to tell you, oh no, you'll fail. Why do they want to tell you that? Because they failed. And it makes them feel better if they're surrounded by failures, by other failures. Instead of getting off their ass and doing something and turning it around and becoming the person they need to be to deserve the life that they want, they sit there and they sit in the corner and they play poor little me. And of course, when you do that, what energy are you putting out? What emotion? What frequency? That's exactly what you're going to get back. And this is the spiral down. Because then you start to prove to yourself that you're right. Okay, it's like, oh, nothing ever works for me. Okay, so I'm going to sit on my butt. And of course you sit on your butt and nothing's going to work for you because you're not doing anything. And so you go, see, nothing works for me. I'm right. And you just start proving yourself right and you spiral down. But you can do it the other way as well. You can spiral up. You can start proving yourself right. You can say, okay, I'm doing this. You can visualize it. You can feel it. You can be there. Feel the wind on your face. Be there now. Don't put time frames on it, but understand it's coming. It's done. It's a fact. All you're doing is walking the steps to get there. It's already done. And that's how you have to look at this thing. It's not that you're actually manifesting something, like magic, like being something appears out of the universe. It's more that that's already there. You're just going up to match the frequency so you can see it and interact with it. Because as we know, that everyone's in a different world. What some people see as the world is very different to what other people see. So it's all perspective. We have to match the frequency of what we want. And like I said, the main part of that is understanding that voice in your head is lying to you. It's the voice of people who failed and want you to join them. They want you to sit around in a pity party and make everyone feel nice and warm and discuss how they all failed. That's what that voice wants. So reject that voice as just ridiculous opinions by people who, bought the lie, thought the programming was their life, and are a bit confused. And that's it, guys. Get rid of that voice. Focus on what you want. Because as soon as that voice comes in and says, this won't work again, it didn't work last time, it's gotcha. But as soon as you recognize it coming in and saying that, then you've got it. As soon as you recognize it and you're like, you're a program, I can see you, it's got no power. Because that's all it is. It's just a program. It's not real. It's not real. But the more power and energy we give it, the more real it becomes for us. So I hope that made sense. Hope you got something from that, guys. You really can. You can have whatever life you want. You can attract whatever you want. You really can, but you have to be that state. You have to rise to the level, because like I said before, it's something new for you, somewhere you haven't been before. So you have to, it's like if you go on a trip, you have to be prepared, right? If you've never been to the snow before, then you want to make sure you do your preparations and you buy all your snow clothes so that you're warm and you have everything you need, so that when you get there, you can match that vibration and you can live in the snow, in comfort. Same thing. But this is just a mental energy thing. You've just got to get up to that level, become the person who deserves the life that you want to live. And you can do it, and you will, because you have greatness inside of you. So there you go. Thanks for spending some time with me, guys. Hope you got something from that one. Love you all, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.